Hi, how are ya? This is Clouds, and this is around our front lines on a map that I honestly don't remember the name of. You'll notice this is not from the beginning of the round, and that's not because I edited out the bad parts. Rather, I wasn't recording. I'm really bad at this. I'll play Battlefield and not record, and then I start to do well, and I'm like, oh, I should start recording. But then the part that I was doing well in isn't in there. This video starts bad, but trust me, I do well. You're not gonna believe it, but I finished top of the board with a decent score. Anyway, and honestly, the reason I don't record often is because I am a bit of a hoarder, and I have hoarded about 2 terabytes of Battlefield 1 gameplay. And you're probably thinking, well, why is that? Since this game released, I've been planning to make a in-depth review and critique of the game, and I've just procrastinated so much. It's embarrassing, honestly. I mean, I've probably only sat down and spent maybe 6 or 7 hours writing the script. If I just committed to writing it, I could finish it. I could get it scripted, recorded, edited. I could finish this thing before September, but I've just been so lazy and, you know, I don't know. But I will say this now. I am going to commit to finishing the Battlefield 1 review that I have intended to make before the release of Battlefield 5. Okay, here's my plan. I will spend at least 1 hour a day writing the script, and if I do that, I guarantee I'll finish it before September. I will then start to record it around the end of August, start of September, then edit the video, and hopefully get it released. Well, not hopefully. I will get it released before October. I'm making the promise now. Hold me to it, boys. Hold me to it. But yeah, this round, I don't snipe often. It's not my strong suit, you know? Oh boy. Even though this gameplay is months old, this is a catastrophic mistake, I remember. This keeps me up at night. What? 81 HP, and I go for the knife. I had all the advantage in that engagement. He was his horse was trapped in a trench. I could have just gotten out of the trench, shot at him a few times, but I run out of revolver ammunition, and I'm like, well, you know, I hit him a few times. I should go for the knife. And I have not experienced that. I don't know if you hurt a cavalry player enough, can you engage in a melee takedown while they are on the horse? I'm gonna have to figure that out. But if you do know the answer to that, get back to me. Anyway, you can see here I'm sniping. I'm decent at it. I was doing much better before I started recording, but yeah, you know, this weapon, the Ross Mark III, I believe it is. There's a few reasons that I enjoy this weapon. First of all, it has a, what do they call it? There's an attachment, I forget what it's called, the straight pull bolt. It has that, so you don't have to aim, you don't have to rather de-aim. Oh wow, this sounds so stupid. You can still aim and rechamber a bullet. I don't know how to explain that. And it's very nifty, I find, for follow-up shots, which I need to use quite often because I'm not the best sniper. This fellow right here, one-shot ghost. When I initially got killed by this guy, I was angry because I'm like, your name is One Shot and you're killing people one shot with an AT rocket. But to be fair to this guy, he has 0 service stars with the AT rocket gun. And not that there's anything bad with, you know, having a lot of service stars with the AT rocket gun. But if your name is like One Shot McGee and you have like 50 AT rocket gun kills, and that's all you're killing me with, and I'm like infantry, then we have a problem. But that guy's, you know, he's fine with me. Anyway, what was I saying? The Ross Mark III. Straight pull bolt, pretty nifty. Its one hit sweet spot is, I don't know what it is, but it works for me, whatever it is. But the main reason I enjoy this weapon is the name of it, the Ross Mark III. The reason I like that is because Mark III, it reminds me of the Jecht shot Mark III from Final Fantasy X. And if you are not familiar with that, the main character in the game is either Titus or Titus. I don't know how to enunciate it. Anyway, his dad was a prolific blitzball player, and he had a signature shot called the Jecht shot Mark III. And the reason that's so funny is because he called it that because he said that the fans would always come back wanting to see the Jecht shot Mark I or Mark II. Dude, this guy sidesteps the fuck out of me. Look at that. Well done. But there was no Jecht shot Mark I or Mark II. It was just a tease. And in the game, Titus, one day, or it's actually at night, one moment at night, he thinks he's alone on the boat. They're traveling between islands or whatever, but he's actually being watched. Anyway, he is confronting his demons about his dad to learn the Jecht shot Mark III, or at least to perfect it, you know, to get good at it. And the way the game mechanic does this, you remember phrases your dad would say to you, and they like pop up on the screen, and depending on where they pop up, you have to hit certain buttons. And the stuff he says, it's just like breathing noises, like or stuff like, "You can't do it, kid. I'm the best." And it's just so absurd and so funny in the way that Japanese RPGs so often are. So anytime I see Mark can I out-juke? No, I can't juke the shots. And this guy one bangs me from distance with the number 3 revolver. That's a good revolver. It has great hip fire. I want to imagine that guy hip fired me, because that would be sick if that guy did that. Anyway, front lines. Let's actually talk about some some relevant breakdown type stuff. Frontlines is a decent game mode, you know, I think it's okay. And the Scout class is good for a lot of game modes, but I find it is very good for the Frontlines game mode because each sector is just one objective, and you use the 2 spotting flares you have, you can cover pretty much all of the relevant areas around a certain flag. So it's extremely helpful, and in a linear game mode like this, you do, you know, experience some flanking, but most of the time the enemies are going to be coming from one direction, and if you have 2 spotting flares up, it can be extraordinarily helpful for your team. So, yeah. I think that's originally why I was playing Sniper. I was just like, no one else in the squad was a scout, so I was like, you know, I'll try it, and I was actually doing decent, so I started recording. Right here we're clearing the objective, putting some mines. You know, I'll be honest, I don't love that mine placement, because it's so close towards the center of the objective, and as enemies are coming from their spawn towards Delta, the most common place you're going to throw a grenade is towards the center, like right there, I mean, and if my teammates are standing near those mines and an enemy throws a grenade, it'll cause like a chain reaction explosion and make their grenades even more effective. So, quick tip, don't put your trip mines in the center of a frontline flag. You know, put them around the flanks. Shooting the flares, you know. Good tactic. And the number 3 revolver. You know, if I recall correctly, I go through a little bit of a spree with this weapon. It might be right now. And, you know, it's a great weapon. You know, I know when you're using the scout class with a bolt-action rifle, you can either... There's like two trains of thought. Use a very strong revolver that can like quickly kill people, or use one of the higher capacity but weaker weapons. I mean, all the sidearms in this game are great, really. I mean, pretty much, but I really enjoy the number 3 revolver. Great hip fire, pretty strong, you know. Decent reload. There's some revolvers you reload each bullet at once. I hate that. But with this, you have like this speed reload thing. You know, you just, yeah. Oh, right here, dude. I heard that you won't be able to hear it because I'll lower the game volume, and I have music playing. But using headphones is so helpful, especially in this game mode where you're getting flanked quite often. Dude, look at that trip. Whoa. Great placement there. And it was around the flank, so, you know, yeah. Right here, I'm getting healed by my buddy, you know. Do I get this guy? Dude, that is gut-wrenching. If I did so well with the revolver, but then when I need to step up and save my squad mate from getting bayoneted, I fail. Wow. That's pretty rough. You can see here, kit switching, very important tactic in pretty much every game mode. You'll see here as I'm going for the revive, I see this guy, very Blair Witch-esque, just sitting there. I don't go for the knife or the syringe kill. You know, in my opinion, it just feels like so... I'll be honest, I probably have knifed or defibbed or syringed AFK players, but I don't know, you know, it just feels overly dickish, you know? So, I didn't do it there. Alright, now, let's talk about this map that I don't remember the name of. The nighttime trench map. You know, I would say Battlefield 1, I gotta be honest, most of the maps don't feel very much like my idea of what World War I would be. And let's be honest, they're not, but this map, you still get people not playing with, you know, bolt actions. There's a lot of SMG and LMG gameplay and stuff, but the trench gameplay and very intensity of it, this is the most World War I-esque map in the game, I would say. Don't know why I'm engaging that guy. This weapon's not great at long range, and I have run out of ammunition with it. Okay, that guy just got killed by the AT rocket, I believe. Yeah. I marked this guy. Oh no, I already had him marked, but I don't know if that guy can see me say sorry, but I just wanted to be like, sorry buddy, but the left side is not the best side for us to do right now. And I haven't played this map often on Frontline, so I don't know if that's the way it always is on this base, or maybe it's just the way the enemy team was playing on this round, but I feel like the right side is much better for the Germans on this particular base. Also notice here, I'm not being a hero. After I kill that guy, I fall back to heal myself. Which doesn't look that cool, you know, like, it's more like, you know, hashtag YouTube to just like constantly push no matter how much health you have. What? Tell me I was not behind that wall. I was, in my opinion, that was netcode shenanigans. I get killed anyway, legitimately, after being revived, so I can't really be mad, but whatever. Alright, you see here, shooting the flares, very helpful for my team, I imagine. And I'm going along the right side. Normally you can see a lot of defenders on this base Well, at least in my experience of playing this map like once on this game mode. How, dude, there are some netcode shenanigans going on. I swear from my angle, that looked like I was aiming at his head. I don't know. Or at least I was aiming at him. Pre-aiming this corner. And I pushed too soon. That happens, you know? I mean, that happens. Not much I can do there. Although I guess, I don't know. I could have flanked further right. Or, I could have thrown a little preemptive grenade. So in case someone was there, they would have gotten hurt or had to fall back or whatever. Rainbow effect, so I know that guy's gonna one-hit me. But, I managed to take him out. And with a headshot, not bad. Another sweet spot kill. Alright, what's my plan here? Probably gonna flank right. Yeah. Far right. I assume. My mind's going blank. I'll be honest. Okay, put in some mines for some would-be flankers. I feel like because I haven't recorded as often, I'm not like as good as I would like to be, and I feel like I probably should do it more. Like, the more you do something, the better you get at it. The better you get at it. Dude, I'm like, I just randomly got like a British accent or something. Okay, wow, I'm not doing too good. Although I gotta say, for scout players, sometimes you don't need to kill people to be effective. If I'm hanging back, spotting, suppressing, that can be a valid sort of support role that the scout can play. And I would say with the sweet spot mechanic of a lot of the bolt actions, that's sort of the way DICE intended for scout players to play. In sort of a hang back, keep your distance sort of way. Obviously some people can play very aggressively in close quarters with a sniper, but that's not me. Alright, we got the charge armed. I think we're gonna get it. We got a ton of dudes on B. Do I get revived? Yes. Thank you. Dude, it kills me when you see people and they don't revive you, and you know they have a syringe because they show up on the HUD as a medic that's close by. Aiming down sight with the number 3 revolver, pretty much blasphemy. Please forgive me. Sometimes you gotta know when to push, and I felt like this was a good moment to push. I think. This gameplay is months old, so I don't know what I was thinking at the time, Like, maybe I knew that One-Shot Ghost was behind us, or maybe I just got lucky. I don't know what he was, I guess, reloading. He was just sort of fiddling with his gun behind us. Not sure what he was doing. And once you get this, I mean, I know they just disarmed it, but it seems like a very difficult MCOM. Or they're not called MCOMs. I'm just gonna call it an MCOM. Wow, I failed my teammate there. Wow. Okay, this right here, this is sort of the, I guess, problem that I have with Frontlines as a game mode now. When it was initially released, there was not a time limit. And I'll be honest, there would be games that lasted over an hour, but it was interesting. You were never. It was sort of like a war of attrition, and in a way that a video game can, it reminded me of World War I, like just the constant, 2 groups of enemies. Okay, I gotta, right here, I fall back, I recognize that I can't be a hero, so I fall back and get that guy. Never be a hero. Alright. I don't pre-aim, I just push. You gotta know when to push and when to hang back. like, this guy right here is engaging me. He's got like 9 HP because I hit him twice. Although to be fair to that guy, my teammates were behind him, so he was sandwiched. There wasn't much he could do. He probably made the best play that he could. You know, I can't be too hard on the guy. Missed every shot there. Bug or feature? The invisible... That's, you know, that's so funny. Well, it's not... I'm not laughing, but, you know, it's interesting, I guess. It's funny how DICE games, you know, is it a bug or is it a feature? Was that a... what do you call it? Easter egg reload? Or was it just a little bit of a silly glitch? We will never know. But anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, the time limit. The way it is now, I believe there is a 40-minute time limit in Frontlines. And the way it is now, because we have taken one of the telegraph posts, unless the enemy manages to push us all the way back to our telegraph post and then destroys one of them, I mean, even if they do that, I think it's going to be like a tie. And there's like 5.5 minutes left. The game is pretty much over, and I mean, this is sort of the reason I dislike Conquest in Battlefield 1. There's just a point where it's like, well, we know who's gonna win. Game over. I mean, you know, you can keep playing, but there's not like that sense of anything can happen, which is, you know, something you often feel in Rush, which is why it is my favorite game mode, I would say. Right here, just hanging back. You know, it's a decent... I'm watching these dudes spawn, and even though I'm not killing them, being able to spot them, suppress them, hurt them, you know, it's helping my team. So, yeah. I guess I don't really have much else to say about this game, this gameplay, because it's pretty much over. You know, there's no way these guys are getting a come-from-behind victory. They would have to come from behind so hard. Anyway. Wow. 3 people sitting still. I don't hit one of them. Even though this was a good round for me, I do not finish very well. I probably don't. I'm not doing great. Anyway. Yeah, so. I will work on my Battlefield 1 review. So hopefully... I keep saying so hopefully. I will do the Battlefield 1 review, use all my gameplay, and then I will be ready for Battlefield 5, and I will have clean solid state drives and clean hard drives that aren't like 2 terabytes full of Battlefield 1 gameplay. Top of the board, shout out to Snowstake, who revived me quite a few times. You know, I wouldn't have been able to do it without you, kid. You know? Thanks. We still don't get a squad, which was, I like this guy's name. The names people have, Liberal Killer, like, what a goofball, you know? So, yeah. Decent round. Trust me, before I started recording, it was much better. Like, 31 revives. Well done, Snowstake. How many of those were me? I didn't go back and look, but at least half. So, thanks, you know, I appreciate it. Right. Thank you guys for watching. I will make some more videos in the future. Look for my Battlefield 1 critique, review, analysis video or whatever sometime in September. I'm gonna make it, so you know, it's happening. Yeah. All right then. Have a nice day. Bye.